Onto the regular agenda at the request of a member of the public, Steve McLean, just questioning basically the process. And this was item 6C on the miscellaneous appointments and resignations on our consent agenda, and it's regarded an appointment to the Planning Commission for District 3. This appointment is made by the supervisor from the area, as all commissions and committee appointments that are required if they're in your district, as in my case in District 2, you make that appointment. Well, Lynn Morgan, coming in brand new, is making a change on Planning Commission and removing replacing, I should say, the existing Planning Commissioner on there, Ms. Denise Tober, with Carol Carlson. Now, whose choice is that? Why does it have to be confirmed by the board? All appointments made by any supervisor are confirmed by the Board of Supervisors. It is always placed on the consent agenda. Nothing unusual about this. You hope that when someone makes appointments that they're going to be people that can work with other people and will help to build relationships. That remains to be seen, as it is with all appointments. So it's not my place to tell another supervisor what appointments they are to make or not make. So the board did approve that without any fanfare, and I think the process is well understood now. We had another item put on the consent agenda as an addendum. This is just an auditor's office issue, and it involves cost allocation plan services for what they call OMB 87 cost allocation services. This is an agreement with MGT of America, which is a contractor out there. The issue is here that when the county goes out for grants, you are allowed to claim certain reimbursement for expenses on those grants. Usually the biggest ones are staff time that's involved. We cannot just figure out our staff time and give that to the federal or state grant underwriters. So in the process, we have to go out and hire an independent consultant. That independent consultant does a study. They come up with the rates to be charged back, and in that way it's all considered legal by the federal or state government that is managing the grant. Kind of a long process and costs the county money, but that's the way it has to be done to get reimbursement. We had Michael Sharp in from the Kirkwood Public Utilities District talking about the Kirkwood Out Valley project. This is running the underground line all the way up for power to Kirkwood. Along the way, they caught some people on the side. So the overall line is a 10 megawatt line. That line, out of that line, 7 megawatts will be reserved for Kirkwood, 3 megawatts for others. Kirkwood right now is 50% built out, so they're only using 3 megawatts. They intend to use another 3 before full build out. They'll have an extra megawatt for emergencies or for extra power in case something happens. The problem with that extra 1 megabyte, it cannot be used for growth inducing. All of the growth that's going to happen from this has been accounted for, so they'll work with that later. The project came in on time, on budget. We might want to hire Mr. Sharp for the county with a record like that, with a 9-year project, bringing it in on time, on budget. And no more power lines, no more diesel trucks going up the road, hauling diesel up to their generators. If you want to know more about that, you can go to our website and listen to it online. The other big issue on our board agenda was the McCallamy Watershed Interregional Sustainability Evaluation, or MokeWise. This is a process been going on for about 1.5 years. They're getting to a decision phase this spring about projects. I think they have about 27 concept designs and descriptions in our board packet today. Everything from water agency with raising Lower Bear to groundwater management, stormwater, recycled water, ecosystem habitat restoration, replanting of fish in the McCallamy River. So a lot of projects that they're analyzing. It's somewhat awkward. Supervisor Plaz brought it to our board wanting input and some guidance. We are going to ask if the MokeWise consultant can come and talk to us. That may not be in her contract. You can listen to all that and more on our county website, or give us a call, 223-6470 at our board office. This is Supervisor Richard Forster. We're going to a break.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome back. And we're going to continue talking about the MokeWise project. And so, Rich, you're on the board. at MokeWise, not the board. You're a member.
So
Tell us what you do and how many members are on there.
Okay, first of all, I'm a director for District 3 Upcountry Amador Water Agency,
Right.
and I just got elected to president of the board
Oh, okay.
in December.
Congratulations.
The MokeWise group was set up, again, let me go back up a little bit of history. Prior to this MokeWise effort, there were a number of stakeholders from the upper and the lower McCallum watershed, basically from Amador, Calaveras, and San Joaquin County that had been talking about water management and concerns over the loss of groundwater, dropping groundwater down on the basin. I think a lot of people have heard that. And that sort of led to the tri-counties, the 3-county groups and the various public agencies in there to apply for a grant from the State Department of Water Resources. And almost close to $1 million was received from the Department of Water Resources to do this study and a plan for the optimum use of water in the McCallum watershed and also the best protection of the environment. And so those are the kind of twin goals of the MokeWise program.
And how long has the MokeWise program been going on? It's
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half.
And to answer your question, the Amador Water Agency, along with a number of other agencies, are members of this MokeWise collaborative group. And we meet monthly, once a month, and then quarterly there's a public meeting to kind of reach out to the public and explain and give status reports on what we're doing. And so,
what kind of input, or what is the MokeWise project looking at? It's pretty large. Is it broken down into areas?
well, yes, the effort is organized by objectives. They started this kind of a logical progression of, okay, what's our mission here? What are we trying to accomplish? And we're trying to come up with a scientifically based, broadly supported plan for improving the water resources and protecting the environment. And this is really critical because of the drought that we're in. And, we've had 20 days of dry weather now, no rain during this winter period, and it's starting to get a little bit of a concern that maybe we're going to have another year of drought. And so, obviously, the optimum use of the water and protection of the environment are key goals that this MokeWise process has.
Okay, and of course I'm sure that when you look at the drought, there's not just this drought, but cyclically, Amador County and California goes in and out of drought.
Correct.
We're looking for ways to use the water wisely when we have it, and how to preserve it when it's not that.
Well, people think that maybe a year or two of drought are unusual, but in the last 200 to 400 years, there have been 20-year-long droughts in California.
Wow.
In the last 600 years, or 600 years ago, it was the end of a 200-year drought in California. And so it is very prudent to be looking out in the future. And I personally think that the Water Agency needs to be looking 100 years out in the future. Compare that to the county general plan, they're looking 30 years. Well, we need to be looking 100.
So within these 200-year droughts, there must be cycles in there as well that are more wet than, right?
Right.
But overall, I guess it's a drought condition, and
dry.
other times it's a more wet.
Just for example, in the last 10 years, Australia completed a 15-year drought that really put them under the gun as far as how to survive this extended drought. Let me go on a little bit further. The members of this MokeWise collaborative group include public entities such as Amador County supervisors, Calaveras County supervisors, water districts in both counties, also San Joaquin County supervisors and water districts down in the county, especially in the eastern portion of San Joaquin County, but a number of environmental groups as well. Sierra Club, Foothill Conservancy, California Sport Fishing Protection Alliance, My Valley Springs, which is a Calaveras County group, Restore the Delta, Well, then there are some ag groups, San Joaquin Farm Bureau, Jackson Valley Irrigation District, who is a water district, but they serve primarily agricultural interest in Amador County. So there's quite a spectrum of representatives that meet monthly. Usually there's 50 to 65 people at these meetings, and so we've really been working hard for the past year and a half trying to focus. Now, as I said,
We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back. So stay with us right here on TSPN.
You're watching Amador County's local television network,